Happy New Year and welcome to the first StudyTravel TV broadcast of 2018. I'm Matthew Knott.
And I'm Charlotte Darrell, bringing you the latest StudyTravel news stories.
The headlines this week: UK extends visa pilot scheme to 23 universities.
Strong industry growth for Japan.
And USA and Turkey resume full visa operations.
So we start with the news that the UK has expanded a scheme to streamline visa processes.
Yes, that's right. The UK Home Office has rolled out a pilot visa project that commenced last year with the universities of Bath, Cambridge and Oxford and Imperial College London to include an additional 23 universities.
The pilot allows participating institutions to take greater responsibility for eligibility checks for non-EU master's students. Those students will be provided with greater support in switching to a work visa and will be allowed to remain for 6 months after completion of their course.
Immigration Minister Brandon Lewis claimed the expansion was part of ongoing activity to ensure that UK institutions remained competitive.
The 23 institutions, which include 2 in Scotland, 2 in Wales and 1 in Northern Ireland, were chosen because of their visa refusal rates were consistently the lowest in their regions, the Home Office said.
Universities UK welcomed the development and said it hoped that the government would go further to improve post-study work opportunities for all international students across the UK. See the full list on the StudyTravel magazine website.
And over in Japan, the international education industry is celebrating a new record peak as the number of students increased by 11% last year to more than 267,000, according to data released by government body, the Japan Student Services Organization, or JASSO.
Data for 2017, which covers higher education and long-term language students, represents a third consecutive year of double-digit growth for Japan's international education sector as the government pursues a headline target of 300,000 international students by 2020.
China remained comfortably the largest source market with almost 100,000 students, an increase of 9%, while second place Vietnam registered a 14% rise to 61,000 students. All of the top 10 source markets increased.
Positive signs there, Charlotte.
Yeah.
And we have more good news in Turkey, where the US diplomatic mission has resumed full visa operations in the country, with the Turkish authorities also reciprocating.
And all non-immigrant visa services in Turkey, including student visas, were initially suspended following the arrest of a consulate employee in October before limited operations were resumed in November.
In a statement published at the end of December, the US mission said that the Turkish government had adhered to high-level assurances that no additional local employees were under investigation and said full service could be resumed.
And now for a roundup of some of the other news stories this week. Navitas has announced a new partnership with Virginia Commonwealth University in the USA, whilst the company has also announced an 8% growth in enrolments in its University Partnerships division for the third semester of 2017.
International House Darwin in Australia has announced that the grand opening of its new city centre campus will take place later this month. The purpose-built school will be home to English language programmes as well as business and project management courses.
And Florida Preparatory Academy, a US high school, has announced acquisition by California-based investment company New Open USA. The school said the investment would help it to move beyond the traditional boarding model to offer a STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts and mathematics program.
The student hotel has announced that it will open a 360-room residence in the German city of Dresden later this year.
And Canada's Ministry for Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship has announced that citizens from Bulgaria and Romania will no longer require visas for trips up to 6 months.
In our Grapevine photo gallery this week, you can find photos from English UK's latest roadshows and fairs and Unicel's recent annual congress.
That's all for this week's news, sponsored by Rutgers Prep, who have kindly sent us these mugs. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Goodbye.